A long time ago, there was a king named William. He had two daughters. His elder daughter Elsa was very calm and gentle in nature, while his younger daughter Anna was very mischievous and lively. The king loved both his daughters very much. As time passed, both princes grew up. One day King William went to them and said, "Princess, I have brought pictures for some prince for both of you. You may choose any one of them. All these princes are excellent." Princess Anna said, "Father, how many times have I told you I don't want to get married?" The king said, "All right, but at least meet one prince once. Maybe you'll change your mind." Anna said, "But father, if I don't want to marry, why should I meet him?" The king said, "Just for my sake, meet one prince." At the king's request, Princess Anna agreed. The king said, "You both look at the pictures comfortably and tell me, which prince do you like?" Princess Elsa picked out a picture of a prince and gave it to the king. The king said, "Oh wow, this is Prince Isan. His kingdom is not far from ours." "Anna, my child, did you choose any prince?" Princess Anna unwillingly picked a picture and gave it to the king. The king said, "This is Prince Yas, the son of my childhood friend. All right, I'll invite both of them. Prince to the palace tomorrow." Princess Elsa said, "No, father, you said their kingdom is near ours, so we will go there ourselves and see them." The king asked, "Why do you want to go yourself?" Elsa said, "Because I want to see how they are in real life. If you call them here, they'll behave nicely. Then how will I know what they're truly like?" The king said, "All right, daughter, as you wish. Anna, would you also like to go meet Prince Yas?" Anna said, "Absolutely not. And anyway, my answer will remain no." The next morning, Princess Elsa reached Prince Isan's kingdom. There she saw a large crowd outside the palace. When she went closer, she saw Prince Isan mercilessly whipping a man. Blood was coming out from all over the man's body. The princess ran forward, stood in front of the man, and said, "How cruel you are! You're beating this poor man so mercilessly." The prince said, "Do you even know what he has done?" The princess said, "Yes, I know. His biggest mistake is that he's poor. That's why you're torturing him like this." The prince said, "You shouldn't interfere when you don't know the whole matter." The princess said, "I thought you were a good person, but I have never seen someone as cruel and heartless as you." The prince said, "Enough. Perhaps you don't know the punishment for obstructing royal duties. Move out of my way. Soldiers, take this man and throw him into prison." The soldiers followed his order and took the man away. The princess said, "Wait, where are you taking him?" But the soldiers didn't listen and left. The princess said, "Good thing I found out the truth about him earlier. I'll never marry a person like him." Just then an old woman came to the princess and said, "Child, it's not as you think. The prince is very good." The princess said, "Yeah, I saw how good he is." The old woman said, "You saw that the prince was beating him, but do you know why?" She brought a small child and said, "That man killed this child's parents. That is why the prince was punishing him in front of the child." The princess thought, "What have I done? Without knowing the truth, I said so much to the prince. How could I make such a big mistake?" Just then the prince minister arrived and said, "Princess, you have arrived. Your father has sent word that you are coming. We apologize for not receiving you. We were busy with work. Did you face any trouble on your way?" The princess said, "No, not at all." The minister said, "Come the princess inside." The minister went to the prince and said, "Prince, Princess Elsa has come to meet you. You both talk. I'll take my leave." The prince said, "So, you're the princess. Your father had invited me to the palace, but at the last moment he told me not to come. Now I understand why. Because you must have told him you wanted to see how I'm in real life. So, how do you find me?" "Oh, I forget. You just said a while ago that you have never seen a worse person than me." The princess said, "That's not true." The prince said, "But I heard you say that it was good you learned my truth early, that I'm such a bad person." Yes, I'm bad. Now you may leave. Just then the princess noticed that a branch from the tree under which the prince was standing was about to fall on him. She ran and pushed him away. The prince was saved, but the branch fell on the princess and she fainted. The prince rushed to her and said, "Princess, wake up." He sprinkled water on her face, and she regained consciousness. The prince said, "Are you all right? Why did you risk your life to save me?" The princess said, "I made a mistake once. I didn't want to make it again. Please forgive me. I misunderstood you." The prince said, "It's all right. If I were in your place, I might have done the same. I also said too, much in anger. Please forgive me." Meanwhile, Prince Yas arrived at the palace to meet Princess Anna. When King William saw him, he said, "Welcome, Prince. We were waiting for you. Anna, come meet the prince." Princess Anna thought, "Oh, so this is the prince. Making him run away will be very easy. If I refuse to marry him, father won't angry. But if he himself run away, fathers won't be able to say anything." Anna said, "Prince, please sit. I have prepared special food for you. I'll bring it." She went to the kitchen and added a lot of chili powder to the food and said, "Let's see how he handles this. After eating this spicy food, he'll run away." As soon as the prince took a bite, his face turned red due to the spice. The king said, "What happened, son? Are you all right?" Prince said, "Yeah, I'm fine." Anna said, "If you're fine, then please eat." The prince understood that she was trying to drive him away. Anna whispered, "If you don't want to eat, tell father that you don't want to marry me." The prince said, No, I like this food very much, and since you made it with so much love, I'll surely eat it." He continued eating. Anna thought, how is he eating such a spicy food? Later that night, when Anna was going to her room, the prince said from behind, "The food was a bit less spicy. Next time add more chili." Anna angrily went to her room and thought, he thinks he's very smart, but tomorrow will be his last day here. If I don't make him leave, then my name isn't Anna. The next morning, Anna went to the prince and said, "I'm sorry for yesterday. I shouldn't have done that." The prince said, "It's all right." Anna said, "In our tradition, before marriage, we go to the riverside and light a lamp to seek blessings. Will you come with me?" The prince said, "Yeah, of course." They went to the riverside. Anna said, "Light this lamp and let it float in the river." As the prince was lighting the lamp, Anna pushed him from behind, and he fell into the river. Anna said, "Now after getting out, he'll run back to his kingdom." She started leaving, but soon she saw King William. She said, "Father, you're here." The king said, "Yeah, I forget to tell you, that prince doesn't know how to swim, so keep him away from the river. By the way, where is the prince?" Anna said, "I pushed him into the water." The king said, "What have you done?" The king and soldiers rushed to the river. The soldiers quickly pulled the prince out. The king said, "Princess, what you did today is very wrong. You tried to take the prince's life. Soldiers, take her to prison." The prince said, "Your Majesty, it's not the prince's fault." The king said, "There's no use lying. She herself told me she pushed you." The prince said, "No, that's not true. My foot slipped, and the princess was going to call for help." The king said, "Princess, I'm sorry. I judged you without knowing the full truth." They returned to the palace. The king said, "Prince, please rest. Let us know if you need anything." Later, the princess went to the prince's room. The prince said, "What happened, princess?" Anna said, "Please forgive me. I didn't know you couldn't swim." The prince said, "It's all right." She said, "Why do you lie to father? You know I pushed you. I deserve punishment." The prince said, "I know you pushed me, but I also know you didn't intend to kill me. And don't worry, you want me to leave, right? I'll leave tomorrow morning." Anna went back to her room and thought, "This is what I wanted, that he should leave. But now that he's leaving, why do I feel strange? I should be happy, then why do I feel sad?" The next morning, the prince mounted his horse and started leaving. Anna said, "Prince, wait." He got down and asked, "What happened?" Anna said, "Don't go." The prince said, "All these days you're trying to make me leave, and now you're stopping me. Is there still some taste left for me?" Anna said, "You came to marry me, right? Then why are you leaving without marrying?" The prince said, "Do you really want to marry me, or do you want to light another lamp by the river?" Anna said, "This time I truly want to marry you." The prince said, "That's good. Then I'll get to eat that delicious spicy food every day." Soon Princess Elsa also arrived with Princess Anne, and both sisters were married with great celebration.